Our communication problems don't come from telling the truth, but from how you deliver it. Have you ever said something true and the other person got offended, shut down, or simply ignored you? Then listen closely. It's not enough to be right, you have to know how to deliver your truth. People don't reject the truth. What they reject is the aggressive, cold, or insensitive way many people deliver it. And here comes a powerful principle: truth with sugar. Imagine you're holding a strong medicine. If you throw it directly without warning, the person chokes. But if that same medicine comes in a sweet, gentle spoonful, the person accepts it. Truth works the same way. Telling the truth doesn't mean being rude or hurtful. It means being clear, but with care. Direct, but with love. Firm, but with empathy. Many people hide behind the excuse of, "That's just how I am, I say what I think," to justify destructive communication. And then they wonder why they can't inspire, lead, or connect with anyone. Truth with sugar isn't manipulation. It's wisdom. It's knowing that every word has an impact, and how you deliver it can build a bridge or raise a wall. Whoever masters this art holds the power of influence. They can correct without offending, guide without imposing, transform without hurting. So the next time you need to say something important, remember this. Truth can save, but only if the other person is willing to receive it. And for that to happen, you must deliver it with sweetness, not harshness. Have you ever said something true and ruined a relationship because of how you said it? Share your experience in the comments. And if this principle struck a chord, give it a like and share this video with someone who needs to learn how to communicate with wisdom. Have you ever felt that someone said something correct, but something in their energy made you distrust them? Or have you heard someone speak without remembering a single word they said, but still left impacted by their presence? That's because real communication isn't in the mouth, it's in the energy that surrounds it. Most people think communication is about speaking well, using fancy words, or having a good vocabulary. But that's just the surface. The truth is, people don't hear your words, they hear your intention, your energy, your nonverbal language. And many times, without you saying a word, you've already been accepted, or rejected. Your body speaks louder than your voice. Your eyes, gestures, posture, the way you walk into a room, the way you stay silent, all of that communicates. And if your energy doesn't match your words, people feel it. They don't think it. They sense it. That's why impactful communicators don't just train to speak, they train to feel how they're being perceived. They become masters at reading rooms, sensing energy, and adapting their presence. Because they know communication is like a mirror, what you project, reflects back. You might have the best message in the world, but if your energy is off, no one will receive it. Because people don't connect to what you say. They connect to who you are. So before opening your mouth, ask yourself this question. Does what I'm about to say match the energy I'm projecting? If there's no alignment, there will be no connection. Has it ever happened to you, feeling something was off about someone, even though their words were perfect? Share it in the comments. And if this opened your eyes, share this video with someone who needs to understand that communication isn't just talking. Did you know someone can lie with words, but their body never will? And what if I told you that the body of the person you're talking to is screaming truths your mouth hasn't even picked up on? Most people go around talking without having a clue what the other person is really feeling. The result? Lack of connection, misunderstandings, and conversations that lead nowhere. Body language is the emotional library of every human being. And if you learn to read it, a whole new world of communication opens to you. It's not about mind reading. It's about interpreting signals. Someone crosses their arms. Are they emotionally closed? Maybe. But they could also be cold. Or uncomfortable. That's why it's not about analyzing one gesture in isolation. It's about reading the full context. The key is to spot inconsistencies. If someone says they're fine but their body is tense, their gaze is evasive, and their smile is forced, they're not fine. And if you ignore that, you miss the golden moment to truly connect. You're not talking to a face. You're talking to a whole system: posture, breathing, movements, micro-expressions. And every part of the body reveals something the mouth doesn't say. When you sharpen your emotional radar, you can adapt how you speak. Slow down if the person is anxious. Raise the energy if they're disconnected. Pause more if you see confusion in their expression. That's mastering the art of speaking to the body, not just the mind. Great communicators aren't just good at speaking. They're masters at observing. Have you ever gotten bored listening to someone who sounded like they were reading a manual, even though the topic was interesting? What if I told you your tone of voice matters more than your words? Your voice isn't just a channel. It's a tool for emotional connection. And if you misuse it, you can turn a powerful message into a completely forgettable experience. The secret lies in emotional variation, what I call the vocal sine wave. Think of a great movie. It doesn't hold your attention with just one tone. It has tension, calm, explosions, silence. Your speech should do the same. A flat, monotonous voice with no pauses or shifts kills attention. Your audience disconnects not because your content is bad, but because your voice has no life. And this applies whether you're talking to one person or 1,000. Vocal energy is what holds the emotional thread. Knowing when to raise your voice to energize. When to lower it to create intimacy. When to pause to let a message sink deep. That's strategy. That's training. Many people don't realize that the right tone can make a criticism sound like care. Or make a proposal sound like a golden opportunity. And even more, when you master your voice, you become unforgettable. Because it's not what you say that sticks with people. It's what you make them feel while you say it. Have you ever felt uncomfortable listening to someone who seemed insecure, even if they knew the topic well? What if I told you that people don't believe in what you say, but in how you say it? The perception of confidence isn't a luxury. It's a necessity if you want to be heard, respected, and followed. And here's a powerful image. A horse doesn't obey the one who yells. It obeys the one who radiates control. Same goes for people. You might have the best idea in the world. But if your posture is slouched, your gaze is down, and your voice is shaky, your message loses strength. Not because it's weak, but because you're not owning it. Confidence is transmitted before you even open your mouth. It's how you enter a room, hold eye contact, own your space. It's as if your body is saying, I'm here, I know what I'm saying, and I deserve to be heard. And pay attention, this isn't arrogance. It's presence. It's not about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself. When you're aligned internally, it shows externally. People trust those who feel grounded, not those who justify themselves every 3 sentences. And if you doubt yourself, why should anyone else believe in you? It's not magic. It's training. Posture can be taught. Voice can be strengthened. Eye contact can be learned. And the more you practice, the more natural your commanding presence becomes. Have you ever dismissed someone just because of how they showed up, even though what they said had value? Tell me in the comments. What if I told you that no matter how well you speak, if no one understands you, you've failed as a communicator? What if I told you that communication isn't about throwing words into the air, but making sure the other person received them? Most people speak only for themselves. They focus on what they want to say, what they prepared, their internal script. But great communicators think differently. They know the success of communication isn't in what goes out, it's in what lands. Imagine you shoot an arrow. No matter how beautiful it is, if it doesn't hit the target, it's useless. Same with your message. It's not enough to speak well, you have to watch the reaction, the face, the body of the listener. You have to adjust in real time. This is like dancing. You take a step, see how the other person responds, and adjust the rhythm. Because if you just keep talking without watching your impact, you might lose your listener in the first few seconds, and never notice. That's why one of the biggest secrets to powerful communication is active listening while you speak. Yes, you read that right. Listening while you talk. Observing signals. Reading silence. Interpreting expressions. And then, adapting. Communication isn't performing. It's interacting. It's having the humility to know that if they didn't understand, you didn't communicate. So next time you speak, don't ask, "Did I speak well?" Ask, "Was I understood?" And even more, "Did I connect?" Your voice can be your best tool, or your biggest limitation. Most people have never trained their voice, even though they use it every day to try to influence, sell, lead, or inspire. Your voice is like a musical instrument. And like any instrument, it needs tuning, calibration, and above all, training. The problem is, many people think having a naturally pleasant or strong voice is enough. But the truth is, without technique and energy, even the best voice becomes invisible. A powerful voice isn't just a loud voice. It's a voice that transmits authority, but also warmth. That knows when to speed up and when to pause. That fills a room without yelling. That holds attention without exhausting it. And yes, it can be trained. Projection, volume, articulation, breathing, pause control. It's not acting. It's communicative precision. Because if you sound flat, lifeless, or dull, what do you expect others to feel? Your vocal energy doesn't come from your throat. It comes from your intention. If you're not connected to what you say, your voice will betray you. And people will notice. Want to be heard with respect, attention, and connection? Then train your voice like a leader. Because a strong message with a weak voice gets lost. But a simple message with a powerful voice can transform. Ever wonder why some speeches hypnotize you, and others make you check your phone in 30 seconds? The secret lies in an invisible curve that governs all high-impact communication. Let me introduce you to the emotional sine wave. A silent but deadly tool for capturing and holding anyone's attention. Think of a roller coaster. If the whole ride is flat, it's boring. If it's all downhill, it's exhausting. If it's all uphill, it's stressful. Same with your voice, your rhythm, and your emotion when speaking. If there are no curves, pauses, tension, relief, speed, calm, there's no retention. People won't remember every word, but they will remember how you made them feel. And the only way to keep that emotion alive is by varying your delivery. Go up, go down, pause, speed up, slow down, breathe, repeat. That creates an emotional vortex that draws listeners in. A flat message is like a song that never changes notes. But a message with emotional sine wave is like a movie soundtrack. It takes you, lifts you, shakes you, calms you, and stays with you. This rhythm can be trained, practiced, felt. And when you master it, you don't just speak, you create experiences. Your body speaks before you do. The way you sit, stand, or walk into a room can determine whether people respect you, or ignore you. Posture isn't just about health. It's a silent signal of power, or weakness. And studies confirm it. Your body position not only reflects how you feel, it also shapes how others perceive you, and how you behave. A striking example comes from Harvard's happiness course. They found that holding expansive poses, what they call power poses, increases testosterone, leadership hormone, and reduces cortisol, stress hormone. Translation: your body can hack your emotional and mental state in seconds. A person who owns their space, keeps their back straight, chin up, and steady eye contact, radiates leadership before saying a word. And that perception radically changes how others respond to you. On the other hand, if you slouch, drop your shoulders, and shrink your presence, it doesn't matter how brilliant your message is. You've already lost ground. And listen, this isn't about faking posture. It's about training your body to support your mindset of authority and connection. Because when body and mind align, your impact multiplies. Your physical presence is your business card. And if you want to be taken seriously, you need to start by taking seriously how you show up in the world. Some negotiations aren't won with logic, but with emotion. The most powerful agreements aren't closed with arguments, but with emotional state control. Most people approach negotiation like a battle of ideas. But true masters know it's a game of energy. An emotional dance where the one who knows how to shift tones at the right time Wins without forcing. Imagine you're selling a car. First you build excitement, talk about benefits, help the person imagine driving it. Then you slow it down, mention the demand, say others are interested. Then you build again, offer a deal, a discount for closing today. That's not manipulation. It's emotional strategy. It's understanding that people decide with emotion, and justify with logic. And if you don't know how to move those emotions, you're not in control of the game. Negotiating isn't imposing. It's guiding the other person emotionally to the point where they feel convinced on their own. And to do that, you need to be as tuned into their energy as you are to your own. Feel when to push. When to ease. When to be silent. Great negotiators aren't the most talkative. They're the most aware of the emotional climate they're creating. And that climate determines whether you close the deal, or lose it. Your voice has power. Your body has presence. Your message has value. But all of that needs to be activated, trained, and refined. So don't stop at theory. Rewatch this video. Apply every principle. Record yourself. Observe. Improve. Because the difference between an average communicator and an unforgettable one isn't talent, it's practice. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these principles shook you the most? Comment below. I want to hear your experience. And if this video woke something up in you, share it with someone who needs to level up how they speak, influence, and leave a mark. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next trainings. This isn't just a channel. It's a mission.